Bellevue is a buyer's market for the first time in 7 years. If you've been thinking about moving to the area, now is a great time to start looking. It's not going to be like this forever, and having the opportunity to not be in such a rush to buy and to be able to look at more properties and take your time a little bit more, to be able to negotiate with sellers and do things like an inspection is absolutely huge. My name is Chaffey Lakic. I am a realtor in the greater Seattle area serving King and Snohomish counties. I've lived here forever and been a realtor in the area for over 7 years now, and just absolutely love helping people. I've been helping more people relocate recently that have found me via YouTube, which has been awesome. And then I also work with a lot of first-time home buyers to the area, as well as investors and sellers. So really the whole, the whole thing, but I love being able to work with so many different types of people because every experience is a little bit different. But to get into it, so we're talking Bellevue, Washington. This is outside of Seattle. I'm gonna pull up a map if you're not 100% familiar with the area. And our market stats, so Windermere's market statistic report just came out today. So this is our freshest of statistics, and I'm happy I'm getting to do a video on it today because I feel like normally, I'll send it out to clients, but it takes me a minute to get around to actually doing a video. To show you, so we're gonna pull up my screen. I wanna show you so this is Seattle, obviously, and then the east side is pretty much like, I went a little too high there. Like this, I would say, is what people are calling the east side. And Bellevue is these little, inside these little red dots here. And so we're gonna go over the different areas. The three main areas in Bellevue, we're gonna see this area right here, this area right here, and this area right here. They're all kind of separated by the freeway. So you have 405 running down here, and then I-90 running through here. And before I really get started, I do want to pull up, so I'm just going over residential today. If you're looking for a condo, I'm happy to go over that with you as well, but I want to focus in on residential because it does look a little bit different than the condo market. So right now on the east side, we're seeing 2.3 months of active inventory, which is a lot more than we usually see. Here you can see, so this is 2025 over to 2026, 2016. Obviously, okay, so the market was crazy in 2021, right? And we had 0.3 months of active inventory. So there was so much competition. And look at pending sales. So blue is active listings at the end of the month, and then gray is pending sales at the end of the month. You see that we have a lot of active listings right now, but pending sales are very comparable to, the past couple of years. So buyers are still out there. Homes are still getting sold. We just have so much more inventory. And when you look at median closed sales price overall, we're down 2% from this time last year. So again, it's pulling from June. Since we're in July now, they will go and compute all of, the sales in June. So we're looking at June year over year. And we're down 2% from last June, and our median price is $1,610,000. And so again, that's the east side as a whole, but let's break it down into, so these are the sub areas of the east side. And those are the areas that are like the Northwest MLS areas. They don't group it by city, but more subsection. And so the first one we're gonna look at is area 500, south of I-90. So that is down here. So more South Bellevue. Let's zoom in a little bit. This is I-90, this is 405. We're looking pretty much in this area here. This does also encompass part of Newcastle, a little bit of Renton, and a little bit of Issaquah as well. This area is gonna be more affordable than other parts of Bellevue, but also not the most inexpensive area either. You'll find areas like Lakemont, for instance, are gonna have homes that they're gonna be more expensive, and it's because a lot of them are view properties, they're larger homes, they're on larger lots and things like that. But this is a great area to be. One thing to consider in this part of Bellevue is some of the homes you're gonna find are in the Bellevue School District, others will be in the Issaquah School District, and then others will be in the Renton School District. So if that is something that is important to you, that's definitely like a search criteria that I would have you look into, just so you're not falling in love with an area just to realize that's not the schools that you wanted to be in. But let's pop open, again, the residential report for this area. So we're seeing 2.4 months of inventory here. So this is more than the east side in general. We saw like a little bit dip in pending compared to like the last year or two, but again, it's pretty comparable. Our median closed sales price went up 7% from this time last year, and we're now at $1,722,500. And then this graph this one's fun. So it shows you homes sold above list price, at list price, below list price, and then price changed before sale. And so you can see here, in June, we saw 30% sell above list price. So that is still happening, right? But compare that to like last June where it was 58%. So it is obviously much more in favor of the buyer right now. And next up, so Mercer Island, we're not gonna go over Mercer Island because that is not Bellevue, but for those unfamiliar, that is this foot here. So I-90 runs through, you have access just south of downtown Bellevue, and then it runs through the top of Mercer Island and then spits you out in Seattle here. Mercer Island is an awesome spot. If you are looking to move to the area and you're open to that, I'd love to talk with you about it, but we're not going there today. All right, so Bellevue, this is 520, Bellevue, west of 405. This area might give you a little bit of sticker shock. So that's here. And this is the parameters of Bellevue. But Medina, Clyde Hill, Yarrow Point, and Hunts Point, oh, there we are. Hunts Point are also part of this MLS area. Those are, the most affluent areas around here. You will find some very, very expensive houses here. So do not let these prices scare you away. We saw a 15% increase in median closed sales price year over year. We're now at $4,549,000. So again, I know, expensive, right? And that's not true. There's obviously areas within here that are much pricier, think here, than other parts of Bellevue, or this section of Bellevue, like over here and over here. West Bellevue will be really expensive as well. But we're talking median prices here, right? But there's 4.1 months of inventory, which is massive. That is a lot. But homes in this price point, they tend to sit on the market for a little bit longer. There is a much smaller buyer pool for a $5 million, $6 million, $7 million house than there is for a $1.5 million house for obvious reasons. But they're still selling. We're still seeing some of them sell over list price. We are seeing a lot of price change before sale compared to 35% June 2025 compared to 10 June 2024. And moving on, so area 530, 540, and 530 is part of, wow, where am I? East of 405 is area 530. So that is gonna be this area here. So this is the most, of the three main areas in Bellevue, this is gonna be the most affordable. Still expensive, but the most affordable. And you'll find some pockets here where there'll be even more affordability than others. Because this area does encompass West Lake Sammamish, where you're getting some pricier waterfront homes on Lake Sammamish, which are awesome. But it also includes Crossroads in Wilburton and Lake Hills, the Northeast Bellevue area. And this can be a really great spot for commuters, depending on where you work. You have like the I-90 corridor here and things like that. So let's do area 530. We have 2 months of inventory, so a little bit less than some other areas, but still quite a bit. Pending sales are actually above what they've been over the past handful of years. And median closed sales price went up 5% from this time last year. We're at $1,685,000 as our median sold price. So that is a little bit below that first area that we covered right here. But again, you need to figure out where exactly you're looking, and there's going to be some pockets where you will find more affordability. This is obviously a median price. There's higher and there's lower. This is what these graphs are looking like. We're still seeing some selling above, but a lot are below or seeing a price change, especially compare that to this time last year. The other area, so 540, I'll just show it to you so you're aware. That is gonna be over here. So east of Lake Sammamish is Lake Sammamish here. We were just talking about over here. Wow, these pop-ups on this map are gonna kill me. But it's mainly Sammamish, some Issaquah, and some Redmond. And then we have Redmond Carnation. So that's gonna be up in here. We'll have Kirkland Bridle Trails, which I'll touch on briefly. That is going to be a lot of Kirkland, but not super North Kirkland, so like this area. And then it will take in Bridle Trails here. So Bridle Trails is in 3 cities, but this about this section of it is Bellevue. Well, this all is Bellevue, but this section here is Bellevue, and that is part of this area 560. So we will click on it for a quick second. We're seeing 2.3 months of active inventory. We are seeing quite a few pendings at the end of the month. Our median price went down 4% from this time last year, and that median price is now at $2,115,000. And then lastly, on the east side, we have Juanita Woodinville, not Bellevue, but I'll show it to you. That is this area here. These are rough circles. So that is our stats. That is what we're seeing in the market today. It is a great time to be a buyer. You have so much more negotiation power than you've had in a long time. And if you're thinking about buying here, or if you already live here, we're working with some clients right now who they are upgrading their home. And so they know, okay, I'm going to be selling my house for, maybe if I waited a little bit, could I get a little more for it? Maybe. Things are appreciating. So, good chance there you will, but it is a buyer's market and they know that. And so they're upgrading, and that upgrade, they're going to have more negotiation power than they would have had before. And they're pending now actually, on a new house, and they got a great deal. It worked out really, really, really well for them. And so if you're thinking about maybe making the next step up, moving forward, and you already live in the area, okay, you might be selling your house for a little bit less, but you're also going to buy that house that's more expensive for less, and therefore saving you more money overall. So if you have any questions, if you want to see any more of these market stats in more detail, if you want to see the condo stats, maybe you're looking outside of the east side, maybe Seattle proper, or other neighboring cities, maybe Snohomish County, that's where I live, I would be happy to provide those stats for you and talk to you about the different areas a little bit more. There is so much to love here and so many amazing areas to move to. I've had a lot of people recently that are looking into Bellevue, and then they decide, you know what, Kirkland might be a little bit of a better fit for me, or Redmond might be a little bit of a better fit for me. So if that is you potentially, I would love to talk with you about the different areas. I've lived here my whole life, super familiar with just about everything over here, and would love to go over it with you. All my contact information will be in the description, so please do not hesitate to reach out. My name is Bella Chaffey Lakic, and I will see you in the next one.